What teams will be competing for the $2,500? And what teams will be spectating the playoffs from home? Let's get into Week 7's power rankings. Starting with the bad, we have 2Real, Desmond, and I Believe. For the defending champs, we just didn't get a big sample size of them as they only played 3 games last week. However, losing 2 out of 3 and barely holding on to your playoff spot doesn't make me feel good about them moving on. With Desmond, you just still can't put it together as now inconsistencies have turned into loss after loss. On to 2Real, who has looked better than they have in weeks, but still too inconsistent and far back in the rankings for me to move them up. Now onto our 4 mid-tier teams, where I have Kamwa, Glowcent, Visma, and Phantoms. For Kamwa, you're showing that you're on the way up with great wins over Visma and Gusify, but you're still losing to teams you shouldn't, which concerns me. Moving on to Glowcent, where they have looked better than the start of the season, but they still don't have any big wins or incredible consistency to move them up. Now with Visma, this is a team that I thought was starting to turn things around, but some old habits and mental mistakes have led this team down a rough patch over the past few days. Still in the mid-tier for now, but has to really show me some good things this week if they don't want to move further down in my rankings. Lastly in this section is Phantoms, who we saw knocking off top teams at will towards the start of last week. However, ending the week out on 4 straight losses. This team does have what it takes to be a contender. They just have to figure out how to bring in that play day in and day out. And now, stakers, for your top 4 with just 2 weeks left till playoffs. Gusify, Broda, Equip, and Intex. Gusify has been making the comeback happen lately, winning 5 out of their last 8 and moving all the way up to a top 5 spot in the rankings. For Proto, you have slowed down since that fiery run from the week before, but this team is still consistently around the top and is winning every game that they should. Now, stakers, I would normally put a number 1 and a number 2, but Intex and Equip have left me in a tough spot. Intex does have the better record and may look stronger on paper, but Equip is 3-0 against Intex this season, having me believe there may be a new number 1 in our league. So stakers, do my power rankings match yours? Or do you think there's a team that we aren't even looking at that could take over the league?